messy.
So we are going to go live. Unknown versus Skywa1kers. ClanBase EuroCup 26. Group A. And we're starting off with Lincoln. Point of view down at that mega health. Going to get that early grab. And he's first to the shotgun. He did take a pummel there from Nook.
Yeah, just one.
Did Nook have the red armor there as well? Because he took quite a while to go down. But it looks like Unknown in control of that yellow armor LG to start off with a few guns there, sitting in a great position. Looks like Sky going to miss out on them though as we follow Piers, who's waiting for that second red. Gerber coming down, tearing him apart with that plasma.
Yeah, not bad extra pummel hit there. I mean, he obviously couldn't escape realistically with no weapons to defend himself with, but good to get some damage out at least. 2 impressives already from Gerber. Must have got the first rail as well. 100% rail for him at the moment. 2 seconds to go before this first quad. It's a pretty late one, but there, Lincoln picks it up. One of the most exciting quad runners in the game. See what he can do on this one. Red armor is now in his hands as well. First frag on the board, 100 stack, railgun in hand. And there's that rocket frag. Goes for the pummel kill. And now he's got himself a lightning gun with 9 seconds left on the quad time as well. Bit of extra rail ammo. Of course, there's no rail crates on the map, so you need to get extra ammo from the spawn point. Look at the damage he took there from Nook. Great pummels. Watching out that telly, and that just goes back to your point for where you can't see what's on the other side of the teleporters. Well, exactly. You can always suspect that people will take up those kind of standard ambush positions of like the pummel as we saw just then, but you can never be sure, and you know, it does create a slight dilemma every time you go through one. So we're following Nook at the moment. He's got 58 armor, lightning gun to his name in the lightning gun room. It's a minute until quad. Let's switch around. Lincoln is 100 actually in this back room. Rocket launcher now 150 armor. He's got a railgun as well, and this is such a dangerous position to find a railer in. Pure Sky. Really not hitting his rails though so far in this game. We saw in the quad run, you know, we wouldn't have been surprised to see him hit a load of rails on his quad run, but it didn't happen, and even now still he's missing rail after rail.
Just need maybe a little bit of warm-up time, turning up last minute. Maybe not quite attuned with the game as he should be. And actually, I mean, he's taken up essentially a really dominant position leading up to the quad. It's 25 seconds to go, and he's in that upper level. Did he leave that rail? Or did Gerb actually grab it? Oh, he already had the rail. Either way, 15 seconds to go to a quad. He's still following Lincoln. Yeah, there's that railgun. It's just faded away. So it's a bad drop there. But it looks like Lincoln's going to go down before this last red. Wins manages to grab that one. As we switch to him, rocket launch, he just picks up a railgun as well. And he'll be the guy going to go for that quad, but he misses out on it. As Nook gets in, Nook actually gets the frag and escapes. And now he's got to try and get some health. He's got to be so cautious in this area. It's such a dodgy position. There are not that many health bubbles around the map. He's managed to drop off there. Decided not to get the lightning gun ammo either, which seems a bit crazy to me, but doesn't have time to mess around, I suppose. Runs out of plasma gun ammo as well. And he finishes off picking up that railgun. So it worked out alright in the end.
It kind of seemed like a bit of a nervous run. I mean, it kind of seemed shaky and a bit, I don't know, kind of rushed. Because, as you say, I mean, he missed out on some pickups that really would have helped him significantly on his run.
It seemed like he was going for the 25 at first. Managed to accidentally drop off, but then didn't adjust and take the lightning gun ammo. So, just missing out on those items. But, I mean, he still managed to take the railgun off the spawn, so they should have a time on that. He could have, if he survived longer, have maintained that away from the control. Unknown perhaps, but instead he dropped the rail. And now Lincoln's man making them pay for that.
Yeah, he's starting to hit his rails. I mean, he was down at 30% rail, you know, earlier on in the game, and now he's coming up towards, you know, the 40s rail. So he's recovering his missed rails from earlier in the game.
Yeah, still not hitting every rail like we'd expect Lincoln, but doesn't matter too much at the moment. It's only a 10 frag margin now. People expecting Unknown to hit the mercy limit. It doesn't look like it's going to happen at this rate.
Well, to Sky's credit, Skywa1kers' credit, they've had good control of this lightning gun yellow room, and you know that's going to give them a good position to work from on this map.
Let's have a quick look at the scoreboard. Looking at the damage there. Hazard's only got 800 damage, which is pretty low for this map at this point. 4 seconds to go before quad though, as we see Nook
rush in there. He was almost in a great position. Did a bit of damage, so Linkers might find it difficult here. He's only got 11 health. Mega's up, but it's the wrong side of the map for him. I think he wants to wait for that health bubble, but it's not going to come up. Decides to just risk it through the teleporter. Red's not up either. He's in a very difficult position, Lincoln, to take advantage of this. And he manages to actually frag his teammate.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate, and there's no health up, so he's having to go on a very slow run that can't allow him to just pursue the frags like he would normally.
Well, that worked out quite well, though. Taking away that Railer from Sky's play, and they could do with a Railer in this position to try and attack the yellow. If you're going to attack from low, you need to have a Railer doing it. They paid the price there. A lot of damage to Bigali, who we do follow now. And Unknown have taken control of that yellow room. It's almost like they've just discussed it. Look, we need control of the yellow.
Yeah, because that's really the first time they've been in there this game. And you can actually see the item pickup stats are quite alarming at the moment for Unknown. I mean, they're maybe ahead by 11 frags, but they've taken less reds, less yellows, and less megas. So they're not in a great situation when it comes to controlling the items.
Red will be on its 0.5 seconds. And you would have thought a player of Wind's caliber would be timing those items pretty effectively.
Yeah, and the position he's taking up here means, you know, he doesn't have to then drop down and risk himself for the red. He's got the ability to support his teammates from up high and just control that area, and that's what they've been lacking so far in this game. And now that they have control of the Lightning Gun yellow room, you know, it allows Wins to do this.
Pretty significant difference in the pickups as well. It really is. They're going to have to start controlling that yellow, as you say, and now moving out to the red. 3 players moving out as they control the yellow, so this is a very dangerous point for Sky, but they've managed to move in there and get the frags in that red area. It's now 15 seconds to go before the quad as well. Gubba's in an excellent position to block off any early setups, but he's missing his rails as well.
But he is hitting 68%,
wow, there you go.
So...
And impressive for him, 68% rail for Gerber.
And that is a ridiculous amount of impressives for only 7 minutes into this game.
They have missed out on the quad though as a result of him dropping off. The Forge takes it, but he is torn to little tiny pieces by Gerber's plasma. Poor individual.
Yeah, I mean, we saw in the previous quad when Lincoln dropped down and was nearly ambushed, and that is the risk you take of just dropping off that quad platform blindly, because there are positions that, you know, if you don't just look at the right angle when you're falling, you can just be caught by surprise when you land.
This is often the kind of map you want to delay your quad, moving it out until you know it's safe, and then you can move in either way. Gertha are now following at the moment. Has got the railgun to his name. 100 armor from that red pickup as well. There's his 11th impressive. We might see quite a rail display. These 7 shots he's got left there. It's 70% at the moment. That's another one. This is 12th impressive. Pretty insane railing from Gertha. We can see why he's such a sought after player by so many teams.
Yeah, they really need to keep that rail under control because Gertha is on fire with it. To have that many impressors at this stage in the game is nothing short of remarkable, almost.
Look at Wins' stats as well, who we now follow. 41% LG, 65% rail. He's just so consistent. I don't think I've ever seen Wins have a bad game.
I think you might be right.
Red was stolen by Unknown there, but they didn't get any advantage from that immediate death. And I mean, really, it's quite surprising, perhaps, just how much it has, well, how it really hasn't grown at all. 22 frags the difference, really not that high.
It's kind of gradual, though. It is expanding gradually. Not quickly, but gradually.
It'd be interesting to see if they can get a big quad run. We've got 10 seconds to go. Wins would look excellent for this one. 5 seconds left. He's making his way to it. Looks like he will be the guy to grab it as well. He can dodge those rockets. We see his positioning was excellent there. Oh, he takes a lot of damage, but he's going to pick up so many frags as they drop off. Looking for the spawn. Gets another one. And there, he's already got 5 frags on this run. Moving in high. 20 seconds left with this run for. Oh my god, drops off, takes the yellow. Another frag on Piz. Oh, gets the spawn kill on his own teammate. And now time to rush in and take control of the yellow. Another couple of frags. He's going to get 9 frags on this run.
It's unbelievable, really.
And what were we just saying? If they can get a quad run, suddenly the score will go out of this world, and that is pretty insane by Wins. And
well, that was their first significant one, and you can see already the impact it's had on the score. Almost a 30 frag lead off the back of a strong quad, and what a quad run it was. Brilliant choice of route, you know, his spamming on the spawn points was perfect as well, other than that one unfortunate friendly fire incident.
incredible. So, I mean, it took them like 4 minutes or something to gain a 10 frag advantage. And then within pretty much 30 seconds, it's another 10 ahead. But here we go, Pugatti following him inside this yellow room at the moment. They do control it, dropping down for the Mega. They're punished badly by Gerpa's rockets, though. Got a couple of frags off that one. 4 excellence for him. That's consecutive frags in what, 2 seconds time? You have to get it, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Now hitting 66% rail. Oh my god! Suddenly he's the one being schooled by the rockets, though. You see how confident he is, and great dodging ability as well there. Destroying those rockets in, doesn't get hit by them. Eventually, he was fragged. No one wins point of view. 8 seconds to go before the quad, and look, the last quad runner, he's back there again in position. 8th impressive for him, but he's going to get caught in the back here. And he has gone down as a result.
Quad was eliminated by Lincoln though, yeah. Unfortunately, Wins was in there on his own, and it's very hard, obviously, to defend 2 directions at the same time. You know, we saw him hit the shots into the back room, but the bridge was not secure.
Yeah, Nunk got that quad before Skywa1kers. And they're actually doing pretty well in the quad grabs, aren't they?
Yeah, they're contesting them and not, you know, being forced away and unable to contest at all. And, you know, they're doing well as well still on the yellow room. We saw earlier another attack was successful, and they're holding it at the moment. So, you know, the score gap is significant. It's going to be very hard for them to try and bring this back, but they're certainly not being destroyed by any rate.
Can't tell you the amount of people that said this would hit Mercy Limit so easily, but it really hasn't.
Well, with it only being a 50 Mercy Limit, it still unfortunately could happen, but, you know, I don't think they'd have hit 80 if that was the correctly set Mercy Limit.
Yeah, so Lincoln just cruising around this top area. Position probably made famous by our good chum Juvenile. Utilising that railgun in a very defensive position, actually, because only really spawners can get to you quickly.
Well, when you have those high up positions, you know, especially in the back room, the only threat really is the teleporter, because it's obviously very difficult to hit someone standing where Lincoln is now.
Yeah, and I mean, it's ranged attacks you're going to have to go for, and if he's got a railgun, you're going to find it very difficult to get past him. 20 seconds to go before quad. Is in an excellent defensive position for this quad already. Only the 5th impressive for Lincoln. Kind of showing that his rail maybe isn't on song, as it usually is. 8 seconds to go. His moving in does a lot of damage there. Gerp going to suffer some rocket. And Pugatti might be in here on the quad. In fact, he is. And 2 frags straight away with the lightning gun. Going to get a 3rd here on Lincoln. He's going to mop up that red on route as well. This is probably the wrong route to take up the stairs, but as he's already got, what, 3 frags, it's not too risky. Oh my god, 5 frags on this run. And he's got 12 seconds left. This is as good as Wins was at this point.
Still got a chance to equal Wins, but just not having the same fortune of finding players as Wins did.
That is an excellent run though by Pugatti. I mean, 6 frags in a quad run. You'd probably ask for that before the match, wouldn't you? You'd settle with that if somebody said you'd get 6 on your quad run.
Definitely. It was a good quad run. With a bit more fortune, he could have had a similar total to Wins.
Yeah, I mean, the difference is really not still that significant. I mean, it's about 30 odd. The Mercy limit's 50, and I don't know if we'll hit it. I really don't. I mean, it's kind of debatable. You would have thought maybe before the match, yeah, 50. They should be able to reach that one, but it's not going that quick. We would have 3 quads left remaining on the map if we don't hit the Mercy limit.
Yeah, and Sky is still doing a good job of holding onto that lightning gun yellow room. I mean, we saw there Pugatti was punished for pushing out high with the lightning gun, but, you know, they're still holding it. They still have the chance to be able to use that lightning gun to contest the red and the rail, and, you know, that leaves them in a very good position. They could have easily just been steamrolled off the map completely.
Gerpa hitting a CTF level of an impressive 16 as to his name at the moment, 67% rail. It's another rail shot there, and the damage output from just all these rails must be pretty incredible. I want to look at the scoreboard, but I'm just waiting for a chance. 10 seconds to go before quad, and Sky have moved in as a team again. Good defensive positions here. They should get this one. Unless there's some insane rush last second from unknown. And no, there isn't. Nunk takes this one straight through the teleporter. He's already got one frag on this run. Looking for a second there on Gerpa. The LG beam does stretch out. Wins!
Wow.
Insane shotgun.
Yeah, those were high damage shotguns, surely, because, you know, Nunk had full health. Did he have some armor to his name as well? I mean, clutch shots by Wins to be able to take him out.
Let's have a look at the scoreboard while Wins is in this room. 7.7k damage. His is the highest on the server. Sky just not being able to output the same damage level. Hazard is trailing quite significantly from his teammates though, 4.5k damage. I wouldn't necessarily say this is the type of map that suits his style. But perhaps a little bit lower than you'd expect.
Well, realistically as well, I mean, he's in a team where, you know, he's with some extremely good players and it's going to be hard to keep up with damage.
Just confiscating that rail away and utilising it instantly. It's always the danger with dropping such dangerous weapons to these top level players. They will take advantage of it. Look at Win's work in this room. He's exactly the type of player you would want in charge of the yellow room, because he knows when he can move out, he knows when to conserve his weaponry, like he just did then, backing off. He's given up the yellow, but he's still got his railgun. He's still got his lightning gun.
Yeah, exactly, and he can back off, got the ammo as you see, and, well, he took more damage there than you'd probably expect, but...
Heavy point blank range rocket there from LaForge, right into the face of Wins, takes him out. He's hitting some pretty incredible stats as well. 40% lightning gun for him, 76% rel. I really wish we could see how many shots these players have had.
Well, it's obviously not as many, because he's 5.4k damage, it's third lowest on his team, but, you know, when he has the guns, he's making the best of them.
Wow, look at that. Lincoln jump dodge straight away. He's going to grab the red. He's only got 11 health. He's shotgun down. He misses out on the red. Although Gerpa manages to grab that somehow.
Yeah, unfortunate for Lincoln. Just didn't have the health to survive to get the red armor pickup, which obviously would have kept him alive longer. I mean, it was only a, machine gun in the back that took him out? Oh no, it was a shotgun, but still.
We now follow Gerpa in this underground area. Might cycle around a little bit. Have a look at some of the Sky players. Piz, him 68% rail, 38% lightning gun. These are good statistics. I mean, all impressive for him. Not too many rail shots he's had, but he's hit the ones he's had an opportunity to shoot.
I find it interesting though that the item stacks are still, you know, it's not great map play by Unknown, even though they're winning, you know, comfortably.
40 frags.
Yeah, I mean, they've taken 14 less yellows, they've only taken 4 extra reds, 5 less megas, they've got less quads. You know, they would have to, I think, put in a better performance than they are now against some of the stronger teams.
Yeah, well, we'll just see later on in the competition. They'll do that. In fact, going on to the second map, of course, this is their map selection. So, they're gonna feel they are stronger on this map. And losing out on all those items, you never know. Skywalkers might be trained out pretty effectively on their map pick. Anyway, final quad here. It's going to be in the hands of Lincoln. 80-80 is a stacked shotgun. He's got a railgun. 4 slugs to utilise on that. Oh, there's Piz. Dive behind. Drops his rail. Lincoln looking for the spawner. Wasn't one. And now he gets the call that they're underground in the mega area. Wins manages to grab that mega right in front of Lincoln, who could have done with it now. And 1 health. That's a great rail shot. 10th impressive there with the quad. Oh my god! Oh! How the hell did that happen? LaForge didn't manage to hit a single plasma bolt. It was such a weird angle that Lincoln was at with 1 health. Eventually getting the frag.
I don't even think LaForge fired at him, which is kind of strange. You'd think that big glowing target coming through the teleporter would suddenly shift your attention.
Well, it was like it was a strange angle for him. I don't think he could turn. Like maybe
Maybe.
Low mouse sensitivity or something.
Hard to tell when you're not watching from his point of view.
Last 5 seconds. We're not going to hit the Mercy limit then. There it is. There's the stats.
No, I mean, despite the score difference, it was a good performance from Sky. I mean, a lot of people would have expected them to just get totally demolished on that map, but, you know, they put up a really good fight. They held that lightning gun yellow room for way more of the map than Unknown did, and that was a, you know, a real good platform for them to build from and keep themselves in it.
Interesting stats there. Hazard actually getting negative damage net by a fair bit as well, and minus 20 net.